While investigating the murder of Frank Bossier, the mayor's chief lieutenants, the Beaumont agents, had discovered a connection to the Dead Saturdays, a gang of death-worshipping thugs. Following the trial, the agents had arrived at St. Louis Cemetery, number 3, pried open one of the crypts and descended down into the catacombs beneath. There they had encountered Papa Doc, the leader of the Saturdays, just as the gang leader completed a ritual summoning Baron Samedi, the Voodoo Iowa of Death, and resurrection using magic, strength, and even a dirty joke or two. The agents had defeated the Baron and had at least impressed the Dark God enough for him to spare their shit-stained asses. While questioning Papa Doc, the agents had learned who was next on the hit list. Detective LeBlanc, lead investigator of the Bossier murder. LeBlanc was an arsehole, but not even he deserved to die like that. If they were quick enough, the agents might be able to prevent another brutal killing. Mullins was blissfully unaware of what had occurred while he was blackout drunk, but this last time had been different. He had hit something on Orleans Avenue while driving home, and the thump was still ringing in his ears. Due to his investigative skills, why the hell did he have to be so good at his job? He now knew what the thump had belonged to. Mullins had splattered some poor bastard all over the sidewalk. He could barely remember it. Someone had cleaned up the mess, and all that remained was the golden crucifix that a bum had tried to flitch. Fucking hell, Mullins said to himself. He didn't want to peel this onion anymore, but he had to know the truth, and the first step was figuring out where the goddamn crucifix had come from. Paris's hunger had been getting worse. When she looked at her hand, she could see the faint trembling that was the beginning of the Bloodshakes. She needed sustenance, but she was done with acquiring the traditional way. When Paris had confronted her, things had escalated quickly, and the two vampires had been at each other's throats, hatred radiating between them. Paris had abandoned the fight, but now she had a second wind, and she was primed to smack that vampire's bitch fangs right out of her mouth. Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to One Last Hand. Welcome back to Dark Quarter. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching the first few episodes. If you haven't seen the first 4 episodes, the playlist is in the comments below, in the description below as well. Go and check it out. We've got all of the story leading up to this. We're into chapter 2. I believe there's 3 chapters in this game, and obviously we've just had the premise there. We've got some backstories going on. We've got a major crime to go and investigate. We've restored all of our skills. If you don't know, obviously you can see our skills here on the tablet where our cubes are set. They align to where they're set on the board, so you can see our cubes are in the various locations. When we do a check, we're going to roll some dice. We're going to add up the numbers for whatever check we're doing, whether it be talent, combat, arcane, or charisma, and we're going to look and see how many cubes fall in the number that we roll. So let's say we rolled a 7 on charisma, we'd have 2 successes because we have 2 cubes here in 5 and 6. If we rolled a 10, we'd have 3 successes. There are other ways of getting successes. There are some successes on these dice. There are also other ways of getting successes. These stars by themselves do nothing. However, we have some cards that allow us to do that. So each star adds X to the roll, where X is the lowest number rolled. So let's say we rolled this. Our successes here, or our number here, would be 3, which is no successes. We'd also then take this 1 and add it again, which would be 4. Unfortunately, still no successes, but just so you know how that works. At the start of every turn, we're going to get one of these dice added to our pool. Mullen starts with 1 die left over. He also starts with a voodoo doll and a crucifix, and Paris has some skills as well, and some various other skills. We have a luck potion, a love potion, and a knuckle duster, which we've got up here in Paris's supply. And then we've got this selection here. We just saw the strand of rope. We've also got the note and finger bones as evidence from our investigation. So far, we are good to go. No experience for either of them. The great game will save automatically. We've done our setup for locations. So we've got the Beaumont Agency. We'll discuss whatever the fuck happened in the graveyard later. For now, get your asses over to LeBlanc's house before it goes cold. Before he goes cold. I think I can smell the stench from here. Place all character miniatures next to the Beaumont Agency point of interest marker. So you can see I've got a map here. I've had to turn the map sideways when we zoom in just to give us a bit more of a close-up of what's going on, but you can see here are our two characters. This one here with his finger pointing is Mullins, this one here is Paris, and our only location to go to is the LeBlanc house, which I've already put on the map, which is over here. And first things first, we get Mullins. We're going to get an extra die into our pool, and we are going to obviously travel to LeBlanc's house over here. So let's click on that. Visit LeBlanc's house, yes. We get to flip this over to show that we are there or that we've been there. The home of NOPD Homicide Detective Louis LeBlanc. Okay, so we need location 19. So we get a whole deck of location cards. We've done obviously some of these from the previous investigation. I'm sure we'll go back to them, but here we go. Number 19 is here. And we will zoom in a little bit as best we can. So there is a location there. It looks like it's got a load of blood around the outside, or there's a red light shining. I'm not sure which one. Can't see anything else. Maybe a tree been knocked down. Maybe that's always been there down here. You can't quite make it out. But yeah, maybe blood here, but also could just be a red light shining through the window. So, okay. Police swarmed in and around the home of the formerly breathing homicide detective Louis LeBlanc. One of their own was dead, and you could practically see the rage coming off them, especially the grim-faced cop guarding the front door. Getting inside would be a bitch. Okay. A stone-faced officer of the NOPD dutifully guards the entrance of the house. So we need number 29. Now, we've got some of these out, but you can see here we've got all of the tokens here with their numbers. So number 29 is this one, and we are going to tuck them just there. Okay. Let's put these back down here while we're drawing them out. Okay. And we have a side window, so we can place this on here because there's a point of interest that we're going to be taking a look at. But maybe we'll be able to charm our way past the police officer. There's also a back door over here. Okay, so it seems like getting in is going to be a problem. Feel like we should just go and talk, right? Visit the police officer. Come on, Winter, you got this. Back the fuck up. Was out of the officer's mouth before Mullins had even opened his. Press, neighbours, shit-faced looky-loos. I don't care who you are. Get away from my crime scene. The officer certainly got points for bluntness. Maybe Mullins would have more luck if he came back later. I don't even get to try and charm her. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned is you can see this little flashing up here. Oh, you can't see this little flashing up here. On the app means that we could scan some of our stuff in to see if there's anything here, but I don't think it's going to make that much sense. Let's go to the side window. You've denied permission to access the camera. I thought this was something I had to read. Hold on. While using the app, yeah, I thought this was I thought that was something that was interesting. The paint was peeling off the house in a way that suggests extreme negligence. At the side of the house sat two dented trash cans overflowing with rotting garbage. A discarded guarding gnome, his head caved in from God only knew what trauma, lay propped against the side of the cans. 8 feet up was a window. Dig through the trash, examine the gnome, break the window with an object. Okay, there are options. I'm going to examine the gnome. Could have been the murder weapon, right? Enter the number of successes. So this is a talent check, which matches our talent icon on our board. So if we zoom in, you can see we need a 5 to get 1 success, an 8 and a 9 will give us 3 successes, and 11 will give us 4. I'm going to roll all 4 of my dice. No, I'm going to roll, yeah, I'm going to roll 3 of my dice. Equally, what I can say is I've got 2 skills over here. Quick thinking. In any test, anytime you roll a star, add X to it. And if we name a number before we roll, after we do all other effects, if we get the right number, we add 1 success. So I'm going to say 7, and then we're going to roll these. Okay, so we got, interestingly, we got 3, 6, 9, because these stars are equal to the lowest number we rolled. So 9 is 3 successes. Huge. Is that the right number of successes? Yes, it is. Mullins immediately caught the unmistakable clank of metal against cheap pottery when he picked up the gnome. Reaching down into the carved out skull, he pulled out a house key. Take number 12, the spare key card from the story deck, and place it in the Beaumont inventory. So we're looking for card number 12. So we have this whole deck of various cards here as well. There is card number 12, the spare house key with Beer Me on it. Nice. Okay, so we'll tuck this into our inventory over here. These go back into our pool. When we roll any dice, effort dice go back above the board. Obviously we kept 1 from there. And the other thing we get is one of these, which is an experience token. I'm going to save these down here in the bottom corner, I think. Just so we can, I'll put them over here. Just so we can keep them separate, but we're starting to get some experience to be able to level up again. So we've taken 12, and this ends our turn. We're over to Paris. So Paris immediately refreshes 1 die, and she could go somewhere as well. The only place we have to go is over here. So let's jump over here to LeBlanc's house as well. We're visiting the house. We're going to go to the back door then, I guess, right? Now we've got a key, so this is sort of a shared inventory. Try and open the back door with this item. Touch and hold to scan. Okay. There we go. The key slid into the lock. Paris discreetly opened the door and entered LeBlanc's house. Discard key or card number 12. Gain 1 success. We get, or 1. I keep calling these successes. These are experience. We've got an experience for using a key. Doesn't fill me with confidence as to how good we are as detectives. Okay. So we can remove this. And we can remove this. And we get card number 21. Which is this one just here. So in this instance, we got the LeBlanc residence. Oh, it looks a bit gruesome, I'm not going to lie. Let me just zoom in on the tablet. It's probably the easiest place to see it. So you can see here we've got what looks like a corpse just here, tied up against something, standing up. There's a load of blood around here. There's a desk maybe we can search. There's a fan or a lamp over here, or a book. So yeah, let's have a little look at what we find in LeBlanc's residence. So Paris entered the room where Louis LeBlanc had been killed. Officers and forensic investigators were everywhere. The tone of the room was half somber, half fury. Louis LeBlanc's corpse. This is number 5. Okay, there we go. We can tuck that just there. We have card number 22, which looks to be a close-up of what happened to LeBlanc. It doesn't look pretty. Looks like his eyeballs and his teeth may have been removed, who knows. But that is not ideal. Okay, we'll tuck that one up there. There we go. Okay. A man was pinned spread eagle to a standalone fireplace in the centre of the room, his arms and legs held in place with enormous steel spikes. He had been crucified, but unlike the Romans with the Son of God, his tormentors had gone a step further. He had been set on fire and burnt beyond all recognition. Could just use the fireplace, guys. Come on. Number 30. The captain. Okay. We'll get the captain out. There is the captain. He's over here. Captain Brousard. In the corner of the room, the police captain was a police captain who appeared to be in charge. Okay. We've got LeBlanc's desk, which is down here apparently. That looks like a desk to me, but apparently it's over here. Okay. On the other side of the room was a worn desk covered in papers. The officer who had been guarding the front door came into the room and immediately spotted Paris. You. Yeah, you. The motherfucker who's not supposed to be here. Stop right there. Paris tried to play dumb. She's like a little pit bull. Unbelievable. The entire room looked on as the officer grabbed Paris's arm and began to drag her towards the door. They were almost there when a commanding voice halted the officer. That'll be enough, Willis. The officer immediately protested, but Captain, they're not supposed to be here. The police captain was calm but firm. I appreciate your concern, Willis, but they're here with my blessing. Yes, sir, the officer replied as she released Paris and left. Okay. See ya, love. She's gone from the front door. Okay, good. I get the feeling we'll see her again. As the room returned to normal, the captain looked at Paris and raised his eyebrows slightly, as if to say, don't make me regret this. Okay. We want to have a look at the corpse, really, right? Okay. We're not very good at investigating. LeBlanc was burnt beyond recognition. His clothes, his skin had fused together, and it was impossible to tell where the detective ended and the fabric began. His corpse was held to the fireplace with 4 giant black spikes. One through each of his wrists and feet. He had been crucified before being set ablaze. Examine the body. We're going to struggle at this one. We're going to roll all 3. Now we have some skills. Each time you degrade a skill, so if we have to move a cube backwards, we get to refresh one of our dice or gain an experience. Or in all tests, you may roll any number of main dice. So if we get things we don't want, we can re-roll them. Here we go. We don't get to guess a number or anything. We've got 3. Which is no successes. I mean, it was a long shot. I needed 7. Even re-rolling them. I'm going to re-roll both of them because there's no harm in not re-rolling them, but feels unlikely. Here we go. Okay, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 1 short of having 2 successes, but we do get 1. Looking at Paris's board, there is a cube here, so that's 7. And then there is a cube at 10. So a little unlucky, but we entered 1 success. The smell coming off was what was left of LeBlanc was sickening. Examine the spikes, examine his right hand, examine the brand. Let's have a look at the spikes first of all. The thick spikes had gone clean through LeBlanc's wrists and into the brick fireplace. The force needed to do that would have been immense. Paris wasn't sure she could pull it out. Attempt to pull out the spike. So that goes back. We've just got the 2 dice now. It's another investigation. We've got a 7 again. That's 1 success. The spike wasn't going anywhere, at least not without a more clever solution. So that's our turn ended. And we're back to winter. Refresh an effort die. We're up to 4. Mullins hated the house of rest for the weary boatman, and he hated its proprietor, Black Rex, even more. But sometimes the greasy son of a bitch could come in handy. It was a guarantee that the man knew something. Even if there was no chance in hell, he'd willingly cough it up. Could be worth a visit though. So we're going to put a marker over here at the house of the weary boatman. Where is that? Up here somewhere. Is it up here? I think it's up here. There's a line coming across here somewhere. I don't suppose it matters too much, but I think it's about here, but I'm not sure. Where's the river? Oh, the river's down here. It's down here. What am I doing? I'm parked the lamp on it. Down here. At least that was for the weary boatman. Sorry about that. I was like, where is it? I didn't realise there was more map down here. A hive of scum and villainy. Okay. We're going to stick around here for a bit because we want to have a little look around. Let's go back and investigate the corpse. We're better at investigating over here, so I'm going to roll 3 and I'm going to say we're going to get a 7. Okay, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, but this is worth 3, so 10. 10 is 3 successes. Okay. So we've got 3 attempts remaining. Examine one of the spikes. Examine his right hand. Let's do that first. LeBlanc's right hand was clenched into a tight fist. Mullins couldn't be sure, but he thought LeBlanc was holding something. Let's do 3 again. I'm going to guess a 7. Okay, we got 1 success, a 1, and a star. Okay, so 1 success for us, because that's 2. Okay. Mullins attempted to pull the fingers apart, but was immediately noticed by one of the forensic investigators. Hey, what the hell are you doing? God damn it. There was just too many eyes here. It'd have to be more subtle next time. Well, that sucks. Okay, we're going to struggle a little bit over here, I think. Examine one of the spikes. Examine the brand. I don't have any liquor, so I can't talk to the ghosts. I forgot to mention that's our special skill. One's a vampire, one can talk to ghosts. A symbol had been seared into LeBlanc's right arm, like a cattle brand. The mark had somehow survived the fire and was still legible. Mullins quickly sketched it down. Gain 1 experience. Do we not get a card or anything? We've just sketched it down. I mean, I guess we examine the spikes. We're going to try and pull them out. It seems unlikely. I'm going to guess we get a 6. No, a 5. 7. Okay, that's 1 success. I think we know the answer here. The spike isn't going anywhere. Okay. Back to Paris. Refresh an effort die. We can do that. Paris felt a tap on her shoulder as he spun round ready to face the assailant, instinctively grabbing him by the throat. Fuck, goddammit, Julia, it's me, Reggie. Reggie's familiar face looked at her. Paranoid much? Sorry, Reggie, rough day. Is it true? I've heard you found somebody who knows a cure for the shakes. He's in a crime scene. How is he in the... Anyway. And you heard right. There's a woman, Mama Celestine, who has the cure for both of us. It's not just a cure for the bloodshakes she's been offering. She says there's a fix that she can fix loops as well. And I can finally be free. And get this. I'm close to finding her. What? How? No time to explain, but believe me, it was a difficult search. By the way, while sniffing around, I happened upon your old friend Esme. Yeah, fuck her. She's now running around talking about the cure, but she doesn't seem to care about it at all. Bit weird. It really is. She doesn't know shit, except for the bits she got from me. Whatever she's planning, don't trust her. Wait for my message instead. I'll get back to you real soon. Reggie, wait. Do you really believe this? That there's a cure? I sure as hell do. Do you? Julia Paris is about to face a timed decision. She will only have 60 seconds to make a choice. Choose, or else Paris's fate will be decided for you. Is there really a chance for a cure? Yes, it's true. I won't believe it until I see it. Let's do that one. And you will see it soon, Jules, I promise, said Reggie before running off. The choice will be remembered future consequences for Paris. Paris's go. We've got nowhere else to go other than LeBlanc's. Let's search his desk. Look through the papers. Open a drawer. Tucked away at the bottom of the drawer was wad of bills. Little chance anyone would miss this. God knew Paris could always use a little extra scratch. Take the money. Nothing good can come. We're going to take the money. Paris pocketed the money. LeBlanc certainly wasn't going to need it. She'd pour one out for the poor bastard next time she was at the Napoleon house. Take money, 001. Money is around here somewhere. There we go. We'll tuck it up here for old Jules. She's got some cash. We might need that. That ends our turn. We didn't do anything, but next time she's going to have an extra dice, which is quite nice. Mullins picks up a die. Mullins' beeper went off. It was the agency. Someone from Cazador called looking for you. Who was it? Do I look like a goddamn answering machine, Mullins? Knowing the question had been rhetorical, Mullins wisely kept his mouth shut. Sophie sighed and continued. Identified himself as Brother Francisco, said he had information pertinent to the Bossier case. I'm saying his name differently every time, I apologise everyone. Said to meet him at Napoleon House. The line went dead. Sophie was nothing if not efficient. Okay, we've got Napoleon House down here. And we've got to put this little thing down here which shows that it's a Mullins specific place. But obviously we said that Paris could go and have a drink for LeBlanc, so chances are he'd be able to do something as well. We do have a couple of things. In any arcane test or charisma test, you can set up to 2 dice to stars. So if we really need successes, we can use this. We do have this crucifix, which is some evidence, right? So this should really be over here. But Mullins has it, so I'm going to tuck it down here because it's pertinent to Mullins' situation. Okay, we're going to continue investigating over here, I think. Let's speak to the captain. Mullins approached the captain. The man surprised him by sticking out a hand. They shook. Sophie Romero and I go way back. In point of fact, she's the only reason why you're here right now at my crime scene. I trust Sophie with my life, and if she's put her faith in you, then that's enough for me. Question him. We need to make success charisma questioning tests. I'm going to roll all 3. I'm going to say we're going to get 8. We got 2, 4, 6. Okay, which is 2 successes. These stars are really, really useful. Okay, so that goes there. We've got 2 successes. That is correct. Who could have done this to LeBlanc? Do you recognise the symbol he's branded with? Let's start there. That's the Laveau Corporation logo. Think they're involved somehow? It took a second for Mullins to realise that Brousard was making a joke. The stone-faced man continued. I already sent an officer over to speak to Charlotte Baton, but he came back with his tail between his legs. She said she had barricaded herself in her office and isn't seeing anyone now or in the foreseeable future. Mullins has uncovered a new lead. The connection between the case and the Laveau Corporation has deepened even further. But Bossier and LeBlanc's death were connected to the enigmatic corporation. But how? Gain 1 experience. Okay. And we get to put it back on the map. Last time out, we took a bribe from them and we didn't go see them. So at least that's bad. Mullins uncovered a new lead. Charlotte Baton had sealed off normal access to her office. What could she be hiding? So we've got another one of these. We've got another question. Who could have done this? Do you know how the Laveau Corporation is involved? Any way you can get me in to see Charlotte Baton? Who could have done this? That's the real question, isn't it? LeBlanc was not a small man. Holding him up there while they hammered those spikes in would have taken multiple perps, or one really big one. Brousard paused for a moment, but I can tell that whenever I find the bastards who did this to my officer, I will visit upon them the wrath of the Almighty. Mullins believed him. What can I help you with, son? That's the end of our turn. And that's an intermission, so we now get to do an upgrade to our skills and stuff. Divide experience, so we've got 3 and 2. Let's give Mullins 2 and let's give Jules 3, I think. We don't have to spend these. Draw new abilities if the first intermission of that scenario. So we need to find our new skills. I can't remember how to do this, so we'll have a look in a second. Do they have chapter numbers on them? Can't remember. Because we've got all of these to choose from. So I'm going to put a pause in and we'll remind ourselves how to do a level up. Okay, so there's a couple of things that have to happen. If you have an uneven number of experience, you get to add to it until you've got a matching number. So 3 each. We've got 3 level 3 cards. Let's just zoom in down here. We can see their level 2 cards. We can see them by here. So let's have a look at duels first. We've got Vampire of All Trades, Vampiric Senses, and Vampiric Call. So in any investigation, is that what it's called? Hold on, I threw the rulebook away. In any talent, arcane, or charisma test, once per test, you may degrade 1 cube to improve I presume that's just a skill cube of the tested skill. The improved skill must be to the right of the degraded. Okay, so I can move this one back and move this one up if I wanted to. Okay, interesting. We do have a thing also that each time a skill is degraded for any reason, you may refresh 1 die or get an experience. That's quite interesting. Vampiric Senses. In a talent, combat, or arcana check, each star and success also add 1 to the total. Okay. And then this one, when doing a cooperation test, in all tests in any location, you may lend 1 die, ignoring location restrictions. If you do, you may help in that test using Powered by Blood ability, which I don't have. We have to make a choice of one of these and get rid of the other. This one feels pretty good, but you know, in terms of the other skills we've got where we're moving things around. But I think I'm going to go with this just because it's pretty straightforward. When we do, we also have to get rid of a card. So I'm going to get rid of this. This goes back into the box. We're never going to get that one. And this one we can pick up again later. And that costs us all 3 of our experience. You have to pick these up now, I think, from memory. You only get the chance to do it at the start. Then you can buy the second one if you wanted. So, right, what have we got for Mullins? We have Stubborn Ox in a investigation or a talent check and charisma test. If you are in the same location that you were last turn, add 2 to your total roll. That could be really useful because we do a lot of those. In a cooperation test, if the effort die you lend shows 1 or 2, refresh it after the test. Okay. And team coordinator in a cooperation before rolling the die in all tests in your location. Anytime any character lends a effort die there, the receiver may set it to a 2 instead of rolling it. I mean, these two next to each other, right? Could be good, but I think I'm going to go with Stubborn Ox because that sounds like me. We do a load of checks. I feel like these are going to be really important. What one am I going to get rid of? Going to get rid of the Street Smarts advice, and I'm going to put this one back over here as a card that we could take. We need to find card number 3s for him. Bear with me. There we are. We'll just keep all of those together. Okay, and we're going to continue. It's Julia's turn. She gets to refresh a die. Babette Bordeaux, the fine proprietor of the Dixieland drugstore, always had something to offer about the arcane or more mystical goings on in the city. Paris felt a visit to her could help push the case forward. Okay, so we get to put the Dixieland drugstore down here. And we get to go somewhere. I'm going to go back to LeBlanc's house because we've now got 4 dice we can use to maybe to do some checks. These 2 are in the same location. Oh no, hold on. These 2 are in the same location. Cooperation. Characters can help each other. This takes various forms such as lending available effort dice for use of their companions. So we don't have any available effort dice, so we can't really help with that. Okay, let's go back to the corpse. We're going to examine the body. We're not great at this. I don't really want to use all of our dice right now. I'm going to use 3 of them, I think. I think it's the best option I've got. Here we go. Okay, we got 6, 9. Okay, 9 is still only 1 success. Great. Let's examine the right hand. I'm going to spend this die and I'm going to roll 3 of them again to see if we can get in. Okay, 3, 6, 7, 8. No, 3, 6. 6 is 0 successes. Okay, good. Paris attempted to pull the fingers apart, but was immediately noticed by the forensics. Okay, that's the end of her turn. We should have waited, really. That's on me. Okay. End turn, yes. Back to Mullins. He gets an effort die. Mullins remembered that Frank was waiting for him, the Napoleon house. And it's not like Mullins wanted to keep him waiting. Mullins cannot proceed until he has resolved the next step in his personal journey. All locations will be inaccessible. Okay, well, it looks like I'm glad I got Stubborn Ox. Looks like we're going over here then. Okay, one of the oldest establishments in the French Quarter. It was originally the residence of New Orleans mayor when the mayor was officially offered the famous General Refuge. Then, during his exile, the building became known forevermore as the Napoleon House. Okay, so we can take this away, and we're looking for number 14. Here he is. I think we're about to find out what's going on. Mullins walked in, immediately spotted Frank sitting in an alcove, a full chessboard laid out before him. Frank smiled and motioned Mullins over to his table. Do you play chess, Winter? I dabble. Then dabble with me while we talk. Why did you call me here? I need the help of a good investigator now. A malevolent force is rising in the city. At Cazador, we are hearing rumblings of a dark queen. I believe this is related to my brother's death and your investigation into the recent killings. Do you know who killed your brother? There are many dark forces in our fair city, Winter, as you likely know. In the Cazador war against the darkness, we have made many enemies. The Dark Queen, whoever she is, has rallied our enemies against us. We have hunted both the vampires and the Rugaroos, claiming to serve her. I would begin my hunt among them. Frank opened with the classic pawn move to e4. Not the pawn move, you know what I mean. What do you think? Why do you think it was the Rugaroos? What the heck are the Rugaroos? Why do you think it was the Casket Girls? Let's go to the Rugaroos. Because they're beasts in human guise. They don't need a reason to kill. And we are their enemy. They fear us. We have made significant progress in hunting them down. And as we all know, a cornered wolf is a dangerous beast. Our agent spotted one close to where my brother was killed. Listening to Frank's voice, Mullins barely paid attention to his move. He just mirrored in response. Frank's bishop made his way to c4, almost in the middle of the board. Why do you think it was the Casket Girls? Our hunt of the vampire is as old as the city is itself. Nowadays they're usually clever enough not to provoke us, but my brother was out alone, near the hunting grounds. Perhaps he met one blood-crazed enough to risk our retribution. Mullins put forward his queen's side knight. Frank's queen darted diagonally to h5. Where do I start looking for the answer? Mullins threatened Frank's queen with his second knight, but she moved further forward, right up to his king. Checkmate, Frank smiled. Back to the matter at hand, though. We suck at chess. We are searching the area for the Rugaroo I mentioned. When we find him, I will let you know. Talking with the vampire at the Ursuline convent will first require some diplomatic work. Despite them being our sworn enemies, we still manage to hold a conversation from time to time. I'll let you know as soon as I set up a meeting. Winter Mullins is about to face a time decision. You'll only have 60 seconds to make a choice. Choose or his fate will be decided. But what if the whole investigation was for nothing? What if Mullins was the one who killed Frank's brother? Confess your suspicions, say nothing. Perhaps I'm gonna do it. He's eating me alive. Frank, before we go anywhere, began Mullins. The choice will be remembered. Not the right time, Winter, Frank interrupted, but I do enjoy your company very much. I'm sure we'll get to talk about it after all this is over. Oh my. Mullins closed his eyes in frustration. The warm feelings Mullins felt at those words fought with his guilt. Frank really believed his own version of events. What would happen if he found out what Mullins knew? Frank, he started again, but the Cazador was already off, waving goodbye. Okay, we get to take these away. Okay, and we're back to Paris. We've now got one die, or you're down here, right? Now I've got one die. I'm not getting very far. You're not very good at investigation. I'm going down to Dixieland drugstore. I haven't got anything to ask her, really. Let's flip this over. I love the fact that it doesn't even tell us what card it was unless I missed it. 11. We'll tuck this just up here for now, just so we know it's here. We have got the fortune teller thing in the background. Number 12. That I can't find. There it is. That goes up there. And we've got number 8 down here. Okay. Let's speak to her. Question Bordeaux. We're looking for charisma. I'm going to roll 3 die. Oh, that goes down here. I'm going to roll 3 die. Okay, we got a 3, a 6, and 8. So 8 successes. I could have re-rolled some dice earlier, but 8, not 8 successes. That is 2 successes. Ask about an object. Do you know Mama Celestine? Do you know how the Laveau Corporation is involved in all of these? The whispers that Charlotte Baton has sealed herself up in her ebony tower, hiding away from whatever is killing her people. She's terrified of it. Whatever it is, and anything that scares a woman that powerful is something worth being scared of. Coax, intimidate, or drop the subject. Let's coax. I only hear rumours, Julia, whispers. I've given you what breadcrumbs I have, as meagre as they are. I could ask about another object. I don't think there's anything here we need to ask about. Let's ask about Celestine. Sorry, Julia, I think I know every mama voodooing in the city, and I haven't heard of her. Intimidate. Why would I lie to you of all people? I haven't heard of her. Hide your nasty fangs, Julia, or you'll find some I'll feed you some garlic. Okay, we could shop. We've only got 1 money. We could buy a love potion of voodoo or a vampire hand. Take a look at the seal of Abaddon. I'm done shopping for now. Should we buy a vampire hand? What does a vampire hand do? 10. Let's find card number 10. There's a load of the same number cards in here. Obviously you can have multiple of them, but it means it's difficult to find what you're looking for. Okay, a vampire hand. If any arcane or combat test, you can count either your arcane or combat to read the result. Okay, so we've got another item. We need to get rid of our money. Oops. But we have another item that could help us when fighting. I get the feeling we're going to have to do some fighting. I'm done shopping for now. End our turn. Okay, so Jules was down here. Winter, it's his go. He's going back to LeBlanc's house. He's getting his extra die. We're going to try this. We're going to try this one more time. There's something in this dude's hand. Examine the body. I'm just going to roll. I only need a 5. I'm going to roll 3 dice. I'm expecting a 7. Okay, we got a 2 and a 1 and another star, which means we got 4, which isn't enough. Oh, come on. I need to get rid of these 3 experience. I didn't get a 7. We got a star, which gets us to 4. Okay, so that's us done, right? I got no successes. The sight of LeBlanc's charred corpse was too much for Mullins, and he fled the house before his queasy stomach got the best of him. Not his finest hour. Ends our turn. Okay, so we're going to get another die here in a minute. Okay, Julia's turn. I don't think there's anything we can do here until we get some more. I'm going up here. I'm going to lend a hand next time, I think. Let's have another look through his desk, though, while we're here. So you get one of these die. I'm going to just roll 2. Okay, we got 4, which is 0 successes. Kind of what we expected. Paris looked through the papers, but nothing stuck out. Maybe if you took a closer look. Refresh one of your effort die. Okay. And that ends our turn. I just want to find the rules, and I want to have a look at cooperation very quickly. There is a whole section on cooperation, and I will have a look here. An overarching general rule is that unless an ability or consumable card effects state otherwise, characters need to be in the same location. Exchanging consumable cards, loaning effort dice. Players may help one another during skill test. To do so, characters can loan any number of their available effort die to a character who is currently performing the test. The decision has to be made before any of the dice rolled. There is no limit to the number of dice that can be loaned or the number of dice that can be rolled in a single test. The player who triggered the test still rolls following all of their standard rules. All loan dice are exhausted. Okay, so Jules now has 2 dice. It's Winter's turn. He's got 4 dice. The beeper went off. Sophie demanded another call. Mullins, I'm not your fucking secretary. Your Cazador wanted you to meet him at the Ursuline convent. Pronto. Don't get yourself fucking killed during work hours. She swears a lot, this lady. Okay, we've got a thing down here. I'm guessing we're going to put our little marker down here as well. There it is. But we are over here. We're doing this. We are going to check the corpse. We're examining the body. I'm going to roll 3 dice. I need a success. 7. We got a 3 and an 8. So 8. If we're in the same place, I get to add 2. So we got a 10. Because we're in the same place doing an investigate check. So we've got 10, which is 3 successes. Perfect. Okay, we're going to examine the right hand. That goes back into our spent die. I am going to roll... I'm going to roll 3 dice. Because I'm going to get 2 added to this. Let's say a 9. Okay, we got a success and a 6. Plus 2 is 8. So that's 3 successes, right? We get 1 for this, and we get 8 because we're in the same location doing a test again, which means we've got 4, 6, 8. So 8 is 2 successes, plus 1 is 3 successes. We've got to get that hand open. Mullins managed to peel the fingers back one by one. Inside LeBlanc's charred fist was a piece of paper miraculously unburnt. Take card 14 from the story deck. It's another note in French. Le sang sans revenge. Sans revenge. Okay, we'll put our note here next to this note. We've got 2 notes. Okay, and gain 1 experience. Great. Okay, examine the spikes. I think spikes have gone clean through. Attempt to pull out a spike. So you're going to lend us 2 dice. So we're rolling 4. Let's say we get 10. Okay, we got a success, a 3. And another 3, so that's 6 plus 2 because we're in the same place as last time doing checks. So 3, 6, 8 plus 1 success is 3 successes. As subtly as possible, Mullins removed a chipped piece of brick from around the spike. That was enough to loosen it, and he quickly slid it out of the fireplace. Though LeBlanc's blackened wrist almost certain that there was enough and the entire room would notice, Mullins gingerly lowered LeBlanc's arm to his side. Hopefully, it would be a while before anyone noticed that the spike had been removed by the forensic team. Take 13 spike card from the story deck and place it in the Beaumont inventory and gain another success. Love that. Not success, experience. Number 13. Okay, we have a huge spike. Okay, so we're going to get to have a look at some of these in a bit. Let's tuck this here, and we'll tuck this here. Okay. The poor bastard has shared all of his secrets. If we had some rum, we'd be able to talk to him, or we would have been. He's now gone. Okay. Our turn ends. Okay, so they go back up there. These come back over here, and you get a new effort die. What are we going to get to do with you? You're not very good at investigating. I think I'm going to come over to... Oh, you haven't got anywhere to go other than up here. Let's do it. Visit the Laveau Corporation. Yes. Laveau Corporation headquarters was made of obsidian glass and black steel that loomed over the landscape like a dark monolith, warning the entirety of New Orleans of its power and authority. Okay, flip this over. Love that. Setup. Okay, we need card number 4. Tuck this one down here. Okay. Oh, hold on. There we go. We need a man behind the counter. 06. That's this dude. Todd. And we need a portrait behind him. Okay, good. Let's speak to Todd, shall we? Behind a mammoth reception desk was a small man. His name tag helpfully identified him as Todd. On his best day, Todd looked like a weasel, but today he looked like a weasel that was scared shitless. His eyes kept darting around the empty lobby as if he expected to be hauled off to a receptionist prison at any moment. Question Todd, threatened Todd into talking. Okay, we're doing a combat test. We're pretty good at those. I'm going to roll all 3 of my dice, I think. Okay, we got a 4 and a 3, so that's 7, and that's 10. 10 is 4 successes. Scared shitless. As soon as Paris raised her hand, Todd flinched, like he'd already been backhanded. Jesus, I can't take it anymore. Just ask your questions, and please, for the love of God, don't hurt me. Perhaps threatening a man who looked on the verge of pissing his pants wasn't the optimal approach, you think? I have some questions for Charlotte. Are you aware that Detective LeBlanc is dead? Are Bussiere and LeBlanc connected somehow? How do I get into her office? Just as Todd was about to answer the question, a door in the back opened and a burly guard dressed in Laveau red walked out and took position where he could survey the entire room. Oh good, it's this dude. I've seen him before. Here he is. He looks a bit like Pitbull. Okay. Todd, who had been panicked before, looked positively apoplectic at the appearance of the guard. Paris was certain the receptionist's soul was about to leave his body. I have some questions for Baton. Todd looked at the guard, attempted to loosen his collar, looked at the guard again, took a shuddering breath, and then looked at the guard a third time. I'm so sorry, Agent Paris. I don't know anything about that. Fucking hell, this guy was scared shitless. Are you aware that de LeBlanc is dead? Ha 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 ha. Todd was laughing, although it was the most excruciating fake laugh that Paris had ever heard in her life. Oh, haha, that was a funny joke, Julia. I have to remember that one. Haha. Todd's eyes pleaded with Paris not to drop the subject. God damn it, as long as the guard was standing there, she wouldn't get anything from this guy. Okay, let's do one last. Are they connected somehow? Okay, my turn to tell a joke. Todd was speaking so loudly that he might as well have been yelling, all in an effort to make sure the guard heard him. Why do Norwegian ships have barcodes on the side? To Scandinavian, obviously. Scandinavian. Yeah, we get it. Paris did indeed get it. She especially got it that she'd have to deal with the damn guard before getting anything useful out of the comedian here. What can I do for your Agent Paris? Nothing. We're done here. Mullins gets an effort die. We click OK, and we are going to wrap up here, I think, for today. We've been going for a little while. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, please hit the like button, subscribe button, all of that stuff, and we'll see where we go from here. Lots to unpack from that one. Thank you so much for watching. If you wanna check out the rest of the series, then obviously keep an eye on the playlist. Hit subscribe. We have new videos every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. Big series on a Saturday, smaller cozy series on a Sunday. We've got our Mist Wind Mondays where we're really chilling out and playing a really cozy game. And if you want to see more, if you want to support the channel, go and check out the Patreon. Loads of unique content on there as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you again soon.